Jeep Grand Cherokee does stuff like this. Sports cars do things like this. If the two could have kids, their offspring would be this, the 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, which, if you remember, stands for
Street and Racing Technologies.
Hemi V8 powered. That's the throbbing sound of 470 horsepower. The SRT gets an all-wheel drive system that can channel much of its power to the rear wheels. This is no ordinary performance machine.
So who is Jeep targeting with the SRT? Well, people who want to go fast, obviously, and the BMW X5 and Porsche Cayenne. Seriously.
At first it was answering a question no one was asking, but now people are asking the question. They really like what we've created in terms of an all-purpose SUV that can now tow. It goes 0 to 60 in well under 5 seconds. Top speed of 160 miles per hour. It's kind of become a very flexible and incredible machine that can go fast but also work.
For the press event, we've been invited to the Circuit of Americas near Austin, Texas. Jeep has adapted the Grand Cherokee to this habitat by lowering the ride height, adding a new spoiler, and very grippy Pirellis on 20-inch wheels. Like all 2014 Grand Cherokees, there's a new grille, which is black on SRTs. Headlights get LED signatures. Love the new taillights, too. All right, time for the track. To give you the full experience of the SRT, I've rigged my GoPro camera up with a microphone, which apparently does not work. At this point, I'm making a hair joke. The first thing you notice after getting the Jeep up to speed is that it corners much better than you'd ever expect. Right here, I'm saying that there's almost no body roll and that the stability control feathers in very nicely. For those who don't think it measures up to the Porsche and BMW,
then they haven't driven it. Because I would say our handling, we have some of the largest tire footprint, 295 all the way around. Some of the best hardware in the business. We work with Brembo and Bilstein, and we have active dampening, more controllers on this thing than space shuttles, a couple of space shuttles put together. So an incredible machine. I would say when you drive it, you become a believer.
The official 0 to 60 time from Jeep is 4.8 seconds and seems faster than that. The new 8-speed transmission offers up quick shifts in automatic sport mode. It always seems to be in the right gear. Very nicely done. If I remember right, I'm talking about closing in on 125 miles an hour, which feels like cruising on the highway. Nice and controlled. I'm really sorry about that bad mic. Here, pretty sure I'm mentioning that fuel economy is 13 city, 19 highway, and that owners could probably care less. It sounds great inside the cabin. And you're going to have to take my word on that one. Brembo brakes, front and rear, seem to be fade-free. Consider the fact that these sport utes are being driven hard all afternoon, and there's always a line for more seat time. The bolt upright shape of Grand Cherokee has to affect the acceleration at high speed. A wind-slippery Dodge Charger, this is not. On public roads, the SRT will never break a sweat performance-wise. It's well-mannered in everyday use. The throttle isn't jumpy or twitchy. The cabin gets some unique touches compared to trail-going Jeeps. Trim is carbon fiber. The heated and vented seats get deep bolsters and grippy suede-like fabric to hold you in place, Speed Racer. And then there's the new 8-speed gearbox.
The new ZF 8-speed, an incredible machine. It's capable of storing up to 99 programs. Our engineers took advantage of quite many of those. This means that we can use our select track, which we've always had kind of the snow, track, and sport mode. And now when you put it in those modes, the vehicle really transitions into different personalities, changing the torque split front to back and really taking advantage of those programs. And now the paddle shift with the 8-speed is much more manageable. Before we'd have torque holes. Basically, with the new 8-speed, the engine is always in its sweet spot. The rear differential has been updated. It's a little more robust, so that's why we can tow. We went from 4,500 pounds to 7,200 pounds. So now the vehicle really has a lot of duality. One of my favorite features, though, is actually the eco button. is something you don't think of in a performance vehicle, but you're able to hit the button and have that big 6.4 go into 4-cylinder mode more often. It changes the way the whole vehicle behaves, shift schedules. However, if you need to call on the power, it can quickly revert back to its old habits.
There's an SD card slot that can record performance events for review later. The 8.4-inch screen has a lot of driver's aids that I didn't have time to shoot, sorry. Let's not forget about the terrific wheel, which feels like a substantial tool, and it's heated. And there are paddle shifters, of course. There's also launch control that sets the SRT up for maximum drag strip velocity. The back seat gets the same setup as any Grand Cherokee. Comfortable, yes, but not enough room to really stretch out. Cargo room and features are also the same. It would be easy to get a set of 4 racing tires, tools, and helmets in here. The MSRP for the SRT is just under 64 grand. That includes shipping, but not gas guzzler tax because there isn't one. Grand Cherokee is a truck. That price is some $20,000 less than X5 or Cayenne, and not many SRTs will be made.
We hold back volumes on purpose. We actually balance the CAFE targets because of that. We make roughly 4,500 to 5,000 a year, and 3,800 of those find their ways in American drives. The rest are sprinkled throughout the world.
It might be hard to get your head around a Jeep that isn't about camping or granola, but it sure is fun. It's proof that a 5,100-pound sport ute can offer up driving thrills. In short, the 2014 Grand Cherokee SRT's performance will leave you speechless. Just so you know, included with any SRT vehicle is a day of professional driving instruction, just so you know how to maximize your driving skills on the street and track. Special thanks to Ralph Gilles for sparing some time to chat. If you haven't already seen it, the video review of the standard 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee is up at drivencarreviews.com. That one shows its prowess on tough terrain. Not sure which one was more fun, the rugged stuff or 125 miles an hour on the track. Gosh, my life sucks, huh? Anyways, that's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.